Alrighty, everybody. Hello again. It is me, Kenny, once again to commentate another week of Formula Racing. Not oh no, what was it? I already forgot the name of it, guys. I'm sorry. I'll pull the legal name. Not Fast, but Furious Formula One League Racing. Sorry, guys. I've returned back from work, like my actual day job. I don't race cars or anything cool. So I'm a little tired. I'm feeling better. Yes, I'm not sick anymore. Thank you for asking. I still am a little congested, but that's the allergies because we're switching seasons right now, so that always happens with me. But during the switch of the seasons, I always get like a stuffy nose sometimes, and I blow my nose a lot. I have nosebleeds, which is like a very interesting thing that happens to me, but I'm fine. Don't worry, guys. All right, we're back. And again, we're at a week. I should pull the camera. Week 14, round 14 in Italy. I also put the full name Emilia Romagna, which is the city where Imola takes place in, because I do believe we didn't have Monza in this thing. Surprised. I thought we had to have Monza in here. I'm so sorry, guys. I am like so underprepared. All right, guys. But we are back, and we're going to do another week of commentating. The final 2 weeks have arrived, and this is the week before the final week, which is going to be Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. So I will say this weekend, I guess tomorrow is practice. Formula One will be back again, racing for the first time, I think, for a full month. We missed a full month of racing, the actual F1 World Championship going on. So I'm glad that this week where I'm going to be commentating, and then also we'll have throughout tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday we'll have Formula One to watch as well. Have you been feeding Wushiesty? You've been feeding about the F1? All right. So we're going to be at Imola, which is takes place in Italy, obviously. Emilia Romagna is the city takes place as well. And this is one of my favorite tracks, I think, by almost all time. I think this is my first introduction to racing for sure. I think this is the first track I've ever actually not driven a car on, but I've driven on video games on. So obviously this track has been something I've been like, wow, my whole life. Like this is like my first ever racetrack. I definitely have some connection to it. So I forgot what game it was. I want to say it was a set of Corsa that I first tried with Imola on it. That was on my friend's house when he put it on Imola. But that was obviously my first track, so I have a lot of huge ties to it. So I will say this is also my favorite track. I also know the most about this track when it comes to this. So I will say this track being one of the most high speeds as well. I mean, Italy is normally known for high speeds. We have such a long straight. And on top of that, you can see this. Obviously, you see from turn 18 to turn 2, you see such a long straight. Even though it says there's turn 19 and turn 1, it's really not. It's not really like a turn at all. But I will say this is all about exits consistently. We're going to see this probably one of the harder tracks to race on against other people. But there's a lot of like open areas, so you really can't hit a wall or a barrier if you do have a collision. So it's okay. Do not worry. But yeah. So I will say I'm going to talk about how every turn is and how everything's going to go like I've been doing every week. So obviously for turn 1, we don't have a real turn. So technically turn 1 is the chicane, which is turn 2. So turn 2 is the chicane. It's going to be when you have a huge left, and it's almost like third gear. When you take it into, you can take it into fourth gear as well if you're really spicy about it. And then you take it to fourth gear, and you have to go back, and either you can bump shift your R in third gear, so you have to go really quickly up to fourth gear, or you stay in fourth gear and you go right through it. And then coming around to the next turn, it's going to be it's not almost flat out. You do have to let go a little bit depending on how well you tack it. You either tack the curb enough where you come right over it and it should be fine. You don't have to really adjust too much turn. But it is enough where you can lose some grip and it will cost you. Because especially if you come out turn 3, coming out of the chicane and you have a lot of high speed or a lot of rear unstableness, you will lose it in that turn 4, which is such a funny thing. George is winning this all this year, I trust. I do not believe you. I do not believe you, Wushiesty. I hope not. I think Kimmy got it. Speaking of Kimmy, hometown hero for Emilia Romagna. So we'll say, let's see. Hopefully, I was wishing that Emilia would be back for the season, just for the single fact that we had the whole month cancellation. So I was really hoping to replace it with Imola, but we obviously didn't have that happen. So anyway, going back into it, then again, after turn 4, we have another like decently long straight. You won't see any crazy deep dives unless someone's almost diabolical, because no DRS zone or anything at all. It is literally just a straight, and from there, you go to another chicane again, which is another hard fast. Where you go, I think it's 5th gear to 4th gear. That's like the range you can take it. I don't really take it to 4th gear. You go left and then to a huge right, and then that one it's really high speed. There's not really much of a unstableness I think you can deal with. Is the gravel trap that'll really screw you over. If you touch a little bit of that gravel, it could send you to the barrier, which has happened to me before in racing. So you have to be careful where you place your car. So when you come on the exit, you don't come on the gravel track. And then on top of that, after all those 2 chicanes, you back to back, you have a huge left-hander, which is easily probably one of the easier turns on this track, which probably makes the track not very technical, but it is also one of the better tracks for the sense that this turn is so much easier to do a deep dive off the exit of it on turn 6. So if you do have a good exit and someone behind, you can go for a deep dive, a huge dive bomb, and it allows you to just go right in there and stick it on the front, because you have a huge straight at the end of it, which should have DRS. I think it actually is DRS. No, it's not. I don't think it's DRS in this game. It's just not. After the exit. So which I will say, there's a turn 8 here. It really isn't when you go, it's an uphill climb. When you go uphill, it really is no turn. It's just kind of like a adjustment where you just like kind of slightly turn your wheel. That's it. But it's really cool because when you come off of that, you have a huge high-speed turn, which is turn 9. One of my favorite turns, because you take this almost flat out. Because you're almost, I think when you get up there, you're either 7th or 8th gear. You're about to top out in 7th gear. And if you do take that, you can go downshift once and just cruise right through. It is such a nice turn, so nice. It's one of my favorite turns, I think, of all time, just because of the fact that it's so high speed. It reminds me of like how easy it is with Silverstone when you have like the first turn 1, just like that, where it's super fast. It's one of my favorite turns. And then coming down, it's another downhill. So you come downhill. After you come uphill, you go downhill. And when coming downhill, you go to a slide. Another says turn 10 here. Not another 10. Not a really a turn. It's more of an adjustment. And then you have a huge slow speed section, which is 11 to 12 and 13. So those 2 turns are probably difficult because when you come downhill, you're gonna go to a turn where you either can let off the gas early or let off the throttle, I guess in the sense, and then or you can stay flat out till turn 12, because you can take out 11 flat out, but that will really set you up for failure if you do not hit your braking point on turn 12. Because if you come out fast enough in turn 12, you can send your car immediately to turn 12, and you shift it again on the 13th. On turn 13 and then go uphill, which is insanely hard because you go back uphill. So it's easy to really get some of that rear instability and go into the gravel trap that's really on the left side of it as well. So after all that, you will have another straight, which is very short, but into a chicane. Another very tough chicane because it's a huge curb on the exit of turn 15 and 14, I guess, in the sense if you tack it hard enough. So you really have to be careful because that can also unstable your car very easily. But it's another chicane, so you go huge right, huge left, take some curb on the turn 15, and then from there, big straight all the way down. And then from there, you go on to the 2 left turns, really hard because you take that I think in 4th gear, first one, and then you can take it almost on the top of 4th gear, turn into it, and then you go back flat out to the main straight. So I'm glad I get to go through all that because it was a little difficult for me. But we're gonna go back to the actual game because I finally believe we should be starting. I got the notification that we're starting. Yes, we are. So we are going out and into the qualifying again. So let's see who's on the outlap ready. Let's get on. Rupsi Cola already out. So let's get everybody set up here. Tire degradation, elementary, lap data, mini map, full map. All right, I'm gonna be right back real quick. I'm gonna get some water. All right, I have now my water. Here we go. So, we're going to be seeing a yellow flag already. I see I think an Alpine. I think Ben Arnold has disqualified himself. I missed a lot in the span of like 2 minutes, bro. What the heck? All right, so we're going to go find who's on a good lap here. So we're going to see Leaky go off for his out lap. Oh, I think Goon just started his. So let's go look at Goon. So going off of that DRS exit here, you're going to come around and main straight. That's what I'm talking about, where you can have a little bit of instability there. But it's almost basically flat out. Coming straight down all the way. Huge left, huge right, and there it goes. I mean, it was a little unstable for me, a little out of my taste, I guess. Here's what I'm talking about, the uphill. So you go up, I guess a little down, and then you go uphill. And coming down, nice turn. Just go down 1 gear. He goes down 2. Takes it very carefully. Who should I do with a P1 provisional pole for the first 5 minutes with a 16.013. Good coming over back on the uphill. You see how easy it is to lose that rear so quickly. All right, coming out to another chicanes. This is where you can take a lot of curb. He hits a little bit of curb on that one, not enough, and comes back on the exit. You should be back on the power here. Straight on. And Goon, oh, Book of Eli with a 15.89. Not bad. Coming down. 4th gear. Ooh, yeah, rough on the exit there. Or the entrance there, I mean. And there we go. And here we go, see with Goon. I'm gonna expect an 18. I want to say another 18. Let's see. Ooh, an 18.7. Not bad at all. Now, Offline Kids, the monster that is of all tracks, is gonna be here, and Leaky's gonna set a lap as well. Leaky is gonna start a lap, I believe. And oh, Kilo Swag. I can't remember. That's one of the reserve drivers we saw last time. Come out here and do some racing. Let's see how Leaky does here to try to attack this guy. So we're seeing Offline Kids finally get challenged by a few people in their qualifications. Kilo Swag sitting on a faster time than Offline Kid. And look at Leaky here. Hard top out in that 4th gear. That's what I was talking about. You can be in the high end of 4th gear coming on that exit there. Now we're going to see him come around the corner. Back on the exit. A beautiful exit there too. Leaky really putting a masterclass on. Coming around. Oh my god, on the edge of that too. You so close to an off track there. Coming around, but he takes a person that takes it flat out. Going up the uphill, almost loses that rear. Back on that power as quick as possible. Coming around to the next chicane. Not enough battery really saved here, but we're gonna have a lot to go down. 10, yeah, I mean, it's barely less than 10%. You want to be normally like 20% here, because if you don't have enough power to come all the way down, then you're gonna be on a deficit going back up again. I guess that's not up again, coming down. And here you should have, I think, barely enough actually. You should have 15. I think I saw 15 there, so you should be fine. On the final turn, and bam, Leaky says a 14.5. So we're seeing 4 times, all within tenths of each other for P1. We're talking about Kilo Swag with a P1 provisional right now. Offline Kid, who's a 10th behind that. Leaky, who's 2 tenths behind the provisional pole. And Gory, who is, I guess, 6 tenths. So Gory Frog, I will say, not one of the faster drivers on this on the qualification, but looking really good right now. But we're gonna look at a young, one of my favorite drivers, coming around town. Pedro with a nice 15.09. Not bad at all. Iceman, also another quick qualifier, who's not doing that well right now either. So a lot of high expectations for a lot of these drivers, especially coming around the end of the season. Some people want to get their podiums and their points later on in the season. It's all about how well you drive consistently. And so we're going to see. Is there Kibito here today? I don't see Kibito. I see Dr. B racing. Dr. B's on the Red Bull seat. 15. No Kibito, though. Alright. Young's going to start his lap out now. What's good, Pedro? Are you him? Are you him? Alright. Here comes Pedro. Excuse me. Young on his first lap. Coming down. One of my favorite drivers to talk about all the time. One of the fancier drivers as well. Coming down through the gears, 4th gear, slam back on the power. Beautiful, beautiful exit there. And that's what I'm talking about, how you want to be on that top of that gear, on that speed when you come on that exit. Here you go, slides his car right into the coin slot, excuse me, slides his car right into the coin slot and goes around the corner. Beautiful. Now this is what I'm talking about here. Battery management is also another big player in this game. And so we're gonna watch how well he takes it. He takes it only in 5th gear and doesn't opt to take it in 6th gear, on a little more of a safer side. Coming around, bam, hard braking, back on the uphill, beautiful exit again. A lot of battery to go with, much better than Leaky had too. A little bit too much, if anything, I would say. Oh, some rear slippage, and that's going to cost him some time. A little bit too much rear being sent out wide. He's going to use all that battery back down, shuts it off early on. I don't think you can go through all of it. You only need 50% to go around both of these exits. So you're coming down. He's going to have about too much energy really coming out of this. You had a lot of extra time to use on that energy. You'll have 5% extra, which is where he capped it at. And he'll set a 15.2. Still slower than Pedro. Pedro looking good. All right, who else? Who's a Dr. Beast in the box? Roopsy Cola, one of the viewers, one of the chatters today. Let's see how well he does his qualification. Roopsy coming through. Oh, really hard on those curbs. You got to be careful. His exit was a little bit slower than it really should have been. Some of that battery again here. Look at this. You could be able to burn it all the way down as he comes down through the gears. Third gear. Build. And you got to build it just enough for 15. He's too early on the power. He's going to have barely just enough, I think, actually. Oh, yeah, he does. Roopsy Cole sets a 14.5 to set him in between those top 4 contenders right now and puts him as the 5th contender for that pole position. I see iSauce is in. iSauce is in the building. And iSauce is attacking. iSauce is pushing. So look at him. Look at this guy. Pink V carb. San Francisco with a pole position early on. The other Haas driver. I've not seen this guy at all. Or maybe I have, and I just don't know his name. Franco Capespi. Capespi? I don't know. Is your last name, man? Sorry about that, but look at this. iSauce going through it as well. A 13.8 massive early on as well. We'll see Leaky probably try to attack that out. Maybe Pedro will go on board Pedro because we already saw Leaky rise. So we're going to come around. Here he comes. iSauce. Oh, really low in those gears. I don't like that out of you, iSauce. Coming around. Let's see what he gets on this exit. Should be a 15. And iSauce sets himself up for a 15.1. I was correct. So we're going to see either Pedro's lap. Let's see who's on the L lap before I even catch Pedro. Is Killua on a push lap? I think Killua is. So we're going to go with Pedro after this lap from Killua. Killua, one of the Red Bull drivers who tacks hard on those curbs. He takes that curb super hard on that 15 exit. He's going to come around and heavy with that traffic as well. It's going to probably not enough to impede him, but enough to scare him. Here he comes around. There you go. Battery build up perfectly. A little bit of the rear slippage is going to cost him too. It's a little bit on the off track. It's not going to be enough, is it? Yep, 14.1. Only a 10.5 faster. And that is unfortunate. I don't think it was the exit enough to push him into the cross of what Franco was doing, but it was probably one of them. So let's go on Pedro's on board, and here coming around. Beautiful. Oh, what a livery as well. He's what you call it? The I think the black one. Because I can't remember where it's from, but the black Williams. I think it's Las Vegas. I want to say. I don't remember though. This is the Las Vegas lights. Back on the power, Pedro. One of the drivers that you don't really talk about to exact for the wins, but do talk about for the podiums. I'm sorry, Pedro. I didn't mean to call you out like that. But one of the guys you will be pleasantly surprised if he does make it any further up. Oh, man, that exit was a little rough there, a little scary, and enough to make him invalidate the lap. And that is unfortunate. Pedro has to back out of the lap. Leaky's on the push lap as well. I want to see what Leaky can do. On the exit, we only caught him 2, and we get a 14.1. And that'll set him ahead of Killua Swag on that second push lap. That to be frustrating as well because you should have expected more. But the guy we expect the most from the championship leader right now is going to be Offline Kid, who's going to be on his push lap to beat out those 2 drivers that are, or I guess 3 drivers that are all ahead of him. Now this guy, one of the best qualifiers we've seen him, also invalidates his lap. Another fumble on that second lap. Unfortunate. You'll have to back out and go for a second try. See Gory Frog. He's going to be on his out lap and going to be finishing it up, I'm pretty sure. This should be the push lap. Gory Frog, infamous for the double warm-up lap, by the way. I think this is like my 4th time seeing him do this. The black one, elite meme knowledge needed. No, needed. I did not know. I did not know. It was alright. It was Vegas. Is that right? Okay. No, it was not. He's not a push lap anyways. Gory Frog had to back out. I was wrong. We're gonna see who's gonna push lap. Will it be first? Will it be a Dr. B in the push lap? Yes, it is. Dr. B I don't know if he's in the call anymore. Let's see. Dr. B was earlier speaking to me, talking about how he didn't have a race seat. All right, now I see him attacking these track right now. Icy Kale's voice making me a little nervous now that he's back. I'm sorry, Ice Sauce. Didn't mean to scare you out of your lap. There we go. Dr. B on board. See this guy coming around town as well. One of the best people, and also to replace Kavito for today because Kavito is working. Oh, what a huge lockup. I think that might have been still quick enough. Better than most drivers anyways. It's going to be the first lap for Dr. B. He missed out on the first 2 push laps for some reason. I do not know why. But he'll come around on the final 2 turns. And there he comes. A lot of power. A lot of battery left over. And that's going to set him in 19-2, which will put him at P19. I said this is better than most drivers. But I think that was that last part that he was much quicker than most people. Leaky on the limit. Leaky pushing. Leaky wants to take that pole position from his teammate, the other Haas driver as well. He is on top of that tire lap, I guess. I don't know what you want to say. How you want to talk about that. Ooh, and a really hard attack on the curb. He'll have a little bit of a toe coming from the accident as he puts himself into the grass. Now, this guy needs to have a 3/10 faster than his former time to keep ahead of Franco's provisional pole lap, I guess. And he's pushing, and he does not. He backs out because he invalidates it. I didn't even realize he invalidated it. Oh my god. And you'll have to immediately box to retry that again. Everybody's in the box right now, except for Young, who's trying to recharge his battery. We're going to see Eli also go for a push lap. Eli, the Aston Martin who went into the grass, I believe, for, oh my god, that's invalidation for sure, yeah. Rest in peace. Wu Shiesty here. Let's see. Wu Shiesty on the out lap, I believe, or maybe on the cooldown lap. I don't know. Here comes a JC. Who else do I got? Who's gonna be pushing? Maybe Dr. B's boxing. Let's see. Wu Shiesty, are you pushing? I don't know. Either yeah, Ice Sauce. I'll go in the back in the onboard with Ice Sauce probably. We'll see though. Yeah. Oh my god. Eli just lost it into the wall! Oh no. Eli. Oh my god, Eli lost it again. That's funny. Alright, we're gonna see Wu Shiesty go for a push lap. Here he goes on the onboard of the fellow Williams driver. Or is it the second one? I don't remember. Because that was with Pedro as well. So here he comes. Alright. Very calm, very collected through the first 2 turns. I will not lie to you. Very smooth. I don't know if that was on the limit, to be fair, but very cleanly driven through. And there he goes. Oh, and a little bit of a rough exit on that one. Not as smooth as the first 2. And that's not going to set him faster than this previous sector. So we're going to see him go back on it as well. See if he can do anything else. He needs to improve 3/10 at least on his former Sector 1. So we'll see how well he does it here. And ooh, what a rough turn as well. When you go too low on those gears and you're going to be really high on your RPMs, you can really set the car really unstable and like that, where you go really wide. And I don't think that's going to be fast if he goes into the gravel trap on the side. And there's going to be a Ferrari in the middle of the turn, and he invalidates his lap. Rest in peace. Wu Shiesty cannot put it together. And we're going to go back on board with Ice Sauce. All right, we're going to see all the top 5 all go on the out laps as well. So we're going to see Ice Sauce tack out this lap, and then we're going to follow the pole sitters right now on the final minute that is left. So here we go. Ice Sauce, who's better right now on 1/10 of a time. 1/50 of a time. 1/10 of his time. Here you go. Oh my god, there's another Sauber in the way. Spawn out, is that? No, it's not. Okay. Here he goes. Let's take a look at this. This beautiful car. One of my favorite liveries of all time. My favorite. Actually, I want to say right now. Oh, and a little bit of the gravel trap. No! I had the cool image too. You have to recharge now, Isos, again. We're going to go on board with all the pole sitters right now. The pole contenders, I guess. So we're going to have Young, who also set a good lap as well, but he's going to not be able to set another lap. So we're going to go on board with Leaky, who's ahead of Rupsi Cola right now. Oh, Leaky binned it! No! Leaky binned it! Leaky unable to keep the lap together and has to go back on the recharge. Oh, and so does Rupsi. Oh, no! Guys pushing to the limit, and they're not able to. Offline, who's the guy who's known for qualification, has a chance to put it together, and he doesn't. I think he loses enough. I don't know. Will he recharge? Let's see. Is he on the back of the push? Yeah, he's back on the recharge. So he'll back in the restarts. We're going to see Franco, who we have not watched at all this entire season, go on and show us what he's got on this stream. Let's see firsthand how this guy can drive the other Haas driver. Coming through. No special Libya for the Haas either. This guy is old-fashioned. Coming around. Alright, beautiful by that. Actually, he's on the limit for that. It's a purple sector as well. On the push. On the limit. This is going to be the final lap for Franco, and he's going to set a nice one to improve his former time. Oh, yeah. This is what I'm talking about. On the limit. Barely enough rotation on that, too. Let's see how fast that was the first 2 sectors. He's still up. That's insane. Taxed both curbs insanely hard. And he'll have plenty of battery to take him all the way down to the end of the turn. Actually, I lied to you. He does not. I thought he'd have more, but no, he does not. Here he comes down. On the edge of every curb. A little bit of unsettling, but it's okay. He's going to have a little bit of traffic as well ahead of him. Some tow. Probably will pull him all the way to set. A new time? No, he does not. This final sector 3 really ruined it. So is all it needs is Leaky, who's not going to improve right now. Killua improves and not enough either. It's going to be it's going to be Franco on the pit on the what you call it? On the pole position, I'm pretty sure. Unless Leaky is on Leaky's on a lap. Actually, yeah, Leaky's got this. Leaky has a chance here. Let's see. I didn't say that Leaky didn't have a chance. Maybe Leaky does. Let's find out. Leaky does not, and he gives up and boxes out. Who's on the next lap? Let's see. Anybody else on a lap? Nope, no one's on a lap. So our top 10 provisional point scorers for today is gonna. I just realized I have a camera in the corner that doesn't exist. Ignore that, guys. Delete that so you don't see that. There we go. I saw a skill issue. It's crazy. So our provisional point scorers for today are gonna be Franco, Leaky, the 2 Haas drivers at the top, Red Bull with their Kilo swag, Williams, Pedro, Offline Kids, Kick Sauber, Rupsi Cola. I believe Young is behind all of them there. But yeah, the Franco at the P1. A guy I have not seen race at all. Provisional call, but we're going to go back on it. So Franco, we talked about the 2 Haas drivers, Franco and Leaky, Killua, the Red Bull, Pedro in the Williams, Offline Kids in the Sauber, Rupsi Cola in the Mercedes, Gory Frog in the McLaren, Young in the Ferrari, and Iceman in the Aston Martin, and then Ice Sauce, who rounds out our top 10 provisional scores for today. So we're going to see who's going to battle it out. So I will say, the 2 people we're going to be looking at are the 2 people that are going to probably win the championship. It's going to probably be Offline Kid and Gory Frog, but I will say it's probably Offline Kid. But right now we're seeing a lot of people challenge for those seats, I guess, because look how quick everybody's getting. Where Offline Kid is no longer on that provisional P1, who's been stellar during those qualifications. So I mean, finally, I guess either Offline Kid is either found his maker, I guess, or found a match, or Offline Kid has gotten slower. I don't know. We'll find out. So it's gonna be about race pace, especially in this track. The start is probably the most important because turn 1 can be hectic. So we're gonna see, and I wonder if it's the strategy for all this. I normally run a 2-stop. I think is it mandatory 2-stop today? I can't remember. Let me double check this before I say that. No, it's not. Okay. Oh, wrong screen, guys. I'm sorry. Look at my F1 screen. There you go. So it's not a mandatory 2-stop. So the double stop. So you have to do a 1-stop probably. So the 1-stop normally I do mediums on the start and then a hards. You could do hards, but normally this track is not notoriously hot, so you're going to have a tough time getting those hards up to temp. So I normally always do mediums and then see how well the track condition plays out, because you don't want to use those hards too early on, especially if there is a collision on that turn 1 where you're down a hard set. So I would normally say, guys, just go on a medium, see how it plays out, and you'll be able to see how it goes. But the first lights are going to go out. The green flag is out. Here we are off for the final 2 Grand Prix. I'm going to see it's formation lap. Why the heck? I've never seen a formation lap before. I'm so stupid. You never had a formation lap before. I thought I was like, wait, what? Why are we instantly starting? Okay. All right, guys. I'm a little slow. Hold on. The spectrum menu back up, though. All right. It's going to be gap leader. Actually, we'll just do none right now. Detail position change. I'm going to keep that there. Lap data. No. Track full map. All right. All right. So as we're going to the formation, has there always been formation laps? I don't remember this. Dude, I'm really slow right now. Dude, I am tired. So, I put in a lot of work today. So I did my best. And so we're going to see how well we do. Drink some water, guys. So the possible strategy being given by the AWS, I know who that means, but I'm not gonna say it, is a medium or two-stop, which is a medium to hards to softs. So terrible strategy from from the AI, but I will say we'll see what the guys will decide to do. So I'm gonna go on board with probably Kilo's broadcast, so I can at least be behind him. Alright, guys. So, I will say we do have a full grid today. We have full 20 people racing, which is great, actually, for us. But the main goal today is going to be some clean racing, hopefully. And some good racing, I guess. Wait, what the heck? What's going on with... Alright, no, he's over there. Okay, I forgot when it does this for qualifications. It's so weird. Because it just says offline kids just retired. And I was like, what? What? Huh? Alright. So, as we're getting up right now, Formula Z also, I guess, gets pushed out into the thing. So, we're going to see some forcible forcible grid spots. But as we're all getting gridded together right now, we're going to see the green flag probably go out. I hope. I don't know if they have a green flag here. Do we? Look at there you go. The green flag is out. Lights are coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lights out, and away we go. Here we come, the Emilia Grand Prix coming down. We're gonna be with everybody, but I want to go be the front runner. Come on, let me go be the front runner. We're gonna see some crazy battles right now. So no position change right now. We're gonna see the turn one get chaotic, and that's what I'm talking about, where it all goes down. People are in the wall and dead. But we're gonna see everything not really change too much in our top 5. So the first 2 people, fine. Everybody else, gone. So we're gonna see Offline climb up 2 positions. Kilo will fall down 1. Reepsy Cola goes up 1. And we're seeing Pedro fall down 16 places. Where is Pedro at? Is Pedro dead? Is Pedro dead? Pedro is... I gotta look at Pedro here. Let's go with Pedro. Pedro has no end caps on both of his wings. Oh no. End plates, not end caps. My bad. So is there gonna be a safety car? What's happening? Let's see. The safety car. It's actually be racing. So unfortunate. What the heck? The chaos in the first turn 1, guys. Ben Arnold, who's up to 8 spots. Offline Keys is up 2. Really, no real like crazy changes here for the Pedro's 16 fall. But it's okay. So we're going to see some good laps, some good racing here. I will say, let's go on board with everybody now because we're going to be off of that broadcast cam. All right, let's go look at the gaps for each other. So not a lot of gaps. Leaky's chasing hard on Frankel. But we're going to see the battle for points right now. And it's going to see attack. Well, it's not going to be much of an attack, actually. Oh, well. I thought it was going to be such a good fight there, but not. And we have more strategy. You can double medium to hard. We're seeing Pedro having the box. Oh, NFL Goon in the grass. We're seeing Luquita probably disconnect. Alright, there you go. Ben Arnold, who's on the big chase right now, who's climbed up 8 positions, is now on the back of the Book of Eli. And Eli probably gonna feel the pressure soon because it mean like, wait, hold on, why is this V-carb not all pink and why is there one in front of me? 2 V-carbs in a V-carb sandwich, and he's gonna get pushed, pressure down. Oh, and he backs out early on. Ben Arnold doesn't choose to attack Eli here. Almost pushed him into the wall, but look at that. The exit's terrible for Eli. This is gonna allow Ben Arnold to catch back up again. Back on that battery, back on that push, and here he comes on the attack. Why is his gas in as low? Oh, the switchback. It might be a switchback here. Let's see. There's a little bit of tap into the wheels. A little bit of unclean racing from Eli. Not leaving enough space, but the DRS is going to be enough to push Eli off. DRS is given. Eli not close enough to keep up with Ice Sauce, so there it goes. The first pass that I've watched on the stream is going to be Ben Arnold versus the Book of Eli. with DRS being activated, we're going to see a lot of more competitive racing here. And we're going to see Killua reclaim that spot from offline Kid. I'm sorry I didn't see that. We're going to see yellow flag. And that's a Mercedes. That's the NFO goon in the grass right now. So it's going to give opportunity for Pedro to catch back up. There he goes. Is Pedro him? No. Was the question that was asked early on in the stream. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Pedro. Here he comes. Leaky again, running that back of Franco. And I mean, to be fair, only difference between Franco right now is the fact that he actually can set laps together when it came to Leaky, who could not keep his qualification laps clean. So we're going to see, also, Leaky's been known for some a few penalties here and there. So I will say, we're going to see how well he can drive to keep up with this. But the DRS is going to be soon. He's plenty of battery, but so does Franco. And Franco's on that battery immediately. Leaky trying to keep up with it, and he'll have the battery and the DRS to help him push on the inside line of Franco, and Franco can't do too much about it. There's going to be a how well clean it's going to be racing. It's going to be the first lap car as well. I see them. There's going to be a first blue flag in the first 4 laps. Unfortunate scenes. Alright, we're going to keep up with offline Kudu's right now, trying to pressure back Killua. We see some moves between Wushaishi and Formula Red, but we see Bukavilla also get some penalties. Oh, wait, Dr. B and Eli going at it. Eli in the wall. No! Eli gone. Done and dusted here. His race probably almost ruined. Oh, Franco keeping up still. Oh. So that blue flag might really ruin Leaky's chance here, because this Mercedes is not getting out of the way, so he's going to have to go right through him. And that might give some more time between him and Franco right now. But you have to imagine like this back marker isn't there. Oh. So this DRS zone is going to be massive right now. Franco has to stay close enough. Plenty of battery to keep up with this guy. So see, will there be another change of lead because of the DRS zone? But we're going to also see Killua get into the mix of this as well. Killua really hard on the rear. Gonna go attacking the inside, but has to back her way too early. Some of the connection between both the Haas. Haas goes off, and both the Haas. Oh my God! Killua takes it away from both the Haas. One of the Haas collided with the other to ruin the lead again. Give away Killua the race right now. What an insane moment! That's what we're talking about. Like, almost like a Mercedes moment too. That's insane. To think offline Kid got the best seat to see all of that. That's crazy. Oh my God. These Haas, they're cutthroat, dude. They're cutthroat. Now, Franco probably frustrated with that happening. He's going to start pushing again, trying to keep up with Killua, who qualified P3. It's not nobody to be ashamed of, to be, overtaken, especially after a mistake like that. But we're going to see this guy climb incredibly hard right now. To take away both Haas's, I guess, deserved spot of P1, because they were both pushing as hard as they could and both fought for it. But when it comes to unclean racing, that's going to be the issue there. And I mean, it's going to be the DRS. Is probably going to get ruined all over Killua's time right now. Actually, he's not climbing as fast as I thought he would, but he should be able to climb enough to get there. No, he does not. There's not enough time. There's not enough space. You have to push it really hard, and he can't. Killua keeps the lead of the race for one more lap. Oh, man, Franco's not taking no for an answer. He's going to start pushing. He's going for the inside line right now. And he has to back out way too early. Not enough. And a little bit of slippage as well. He can't keep it on track the whole way. Yeah, Franco looking super scary as a driver right now. Out of the emotions are getting to him or something here. Because Killua driving basically fine. And Franco trying to go on the inside line of him. Trying to push him all the way to the edge. It's insane. All right, Killua, you need to be able to maintain some good distance between each other. I think I saw a blue marker? I don't know what the purple marker was, but all right, yeah, the X is gonna be really bad for Killua, so this is gonna allow Franco to be able to catch up a little bit here. Yeah, that's gonna be enough to catch up, but Franco does not have a lot of battery compared to Killua. Killua has 70%, and Franco only has 50. We're going to see the battle of the battery right now. 5/10, 6/10, and we're talking about this. How it might not be enough to keep up with him. The space between them Probably not enough, but Leaky to get chimed into this very soon. 410s as well. And Franco so close at the end of it, but not enough to get him pulled into the, I guess, the area enough to pass him. So we're going to see Ben Arnold also climb up to P7. 13 places. Good job, Ben Arnold. The other V-Carb driver. I don't see Isos anywhere. Where's Isos? Isos in P9. Not bad. We're seeing Gory Frog go off. Oh, no. One of the top 2 championship contenders loses it. And one of the guys who's known for clean driving, good strategy. And he is now fallen all the way down to P12. All right, we're looking for anybody overtakes. Let's see, any more overtakes? Young on the chasing as well. So we're gonna keep a track of the top 3 right now, but also stay on board with Young. Dr. B maybe also going for a move here soon. He'll have Iceman in his sights. So we're gonna have 3 drivers possibly have an overtake situation coming on soon. So Dr. B the closest out of all 3 of them. Yeah, this is gonna be rough on the exit though. Dr. B. A lot of battery, loses a lot of time on that exit. So does Young. Iceman, one of the top contenders normally in qualifications. Normally one of the better drivers as well in this track. Only difference is the problem is that he's not able to keep it clean. And now we're seeing this guy fall so far down to P9. I guess these new drivers are much better than you'd expect. But Dr. B, oh, might have enough juice to get him to the side. No, he doesn't go for it. He had enough to get to the left hand, but he didn't. He backed out way too early. The braking point probably was a little bit too scary for him. Corey Fry has the box. Oh wait, hold on. Helix is getting close. The other kick Sauber that isn't Offline Kid looking at the back of a Red Bull that isn't Kilo Swag. So we're gonna see another Red Bull versus Sauber battle after seeing the first one around. Actually, I don't think we watched it, but we did know what happened between Kilo and Offline Kid. Ben Arnold with a 3-second penalty. No! Ben Arnold has been driving so well. Won't put him too far behind, especially when he's next to his teammate who's 6 seconds. It's fine, but that's so unfortunate. Leaky actually going to get ahead of Franco, who boxed really early on. Lap 9. And I did not mention the strategy because we're not seeing the strategy at all. Let's see what tires we got today. So we're gonna see Killer Swag on the hards, Leaky on mediums, Offline Kid on hards, Ruchi Killer on hards, and Young on the mediums. Ben Arlo on hards as well. So I will say, strategy-wise, Killua, genius strategy because he didn't have anybody to deal with in turn 1, and mediums are not a bad thing to go on for fast race pace. But if you do have natural skill, and you were also behind 2 of them early on, you got into the window of when you can push your hards, because those guys were probably both mediums, probably, because I'm suspecting the fact that he boxed early was because he was on mediums. Leaky was also on mediums as well. So both those drivers being on mediums allowed them to sneak back into it because they made a mistake within each other. It wasn't anything about Killer's race pace. It was all about how they made each other push too hard to the limit and go into each other. So we see the beneficiary, Kilo Swag, on those hards, and also let him set up to be leading the entire race now because he's on those hards. Not bad at all. All right, let's see JH maybe catch up with Iceman here. Iceman. Oh, and also Franco is behind both of them. Franco doesn't start climbing through the field. We're seeing the kick Sauber and the Red Bull battle it out. That's what I'm talking about. Two drivers that aren't the 2 people that are normally top right now who are also fighting for spots. But look at the Iceman. Slots right in between them. A little bit of a lockup between both drivers as well. And he gets passed by the Oz, who's just gliding right through. Fresher tires, who's much quicker with better race pace as well, is going to go past everybody he sees. Dr. B opts to, I guess, box probably. No, he does not. Where's Dr. B? I do not see him. And we also see Franco take off Helix as well. I thought Dr. B was boxed, but no, he just was that much slower. I don't know. Yeah, Dr. B not giving up the spot that he lost to the Sauber. So he's going to get back ahead. Back on and push. But we're talking about like 2 battles. We've seen 2 Saubers and Red Bull. By the way, we have Killua Swag and Offline Kid who are within, not the overtaking distance at all, but Leaky sliding right in between Dr. B and the Helix as well, or Helix. So we're going to watch both these drivers have to battle it out against fresher tires. So we will see an undercut happen from Franco, but Leaky, who's did the normal strategy with box before that as well, he's going to be on a fresher set of tires than Franco will be. And he's only one car behind him. So Helix with the time-second penalty as well. A 3-second penalty. Unfortunate. I don't know how you got that while having to deal with a guy who's much faster than you. You should not have defended too hard or let go too much. That's very unfortunate for Helix, but also very, very good for Dr. B, who's right now behind him. And ISOS with a 10-second. ISOS! No! No! ISOS! We're seeing both V-carbs have a problem with the with penalties today. A 3-second for Ben Arnold and a 10-second for the V-carb and ISOS. So unfortunate. One of my favorite drivers, my favorite team as well, and they have to be given probably the worst kind of problems right now. Unfortunate, but that does put him right now. Ben Arnold sitting right now in P4, thinking, "Wow, I remember being P20. This is great." So I mean, Ben Arnold's happy where he's at. A safety car could put him on an offline kid. He hits a 3-second time penalty as well. Oh my God, Rupsi Cola also collects one as well. Wow, if you're a clean driver today, you can probably be top 1, top 2, top 3, and all that matters is that Kilo Swag has none, and he's cruising around P1. How is P2? How is P3? How is P4 all having problems with penalties without even being P1? Come on, guys, stop pushing that hard. Oh, Ben Arnold with some spicy moves. Rupsi Cola hits the wall a little bit as well. Shocked by Ben Arnold, who was P20 earlier, passing Rupsi Cola on the same set of tires. Ben Arnold on a better strategy, maybe. I don't know. We're seeing a yellow flag go out for the Aston Martin, who I think retires or something. And it might be a safety car. No, surely not, because he's in the pit lane. Oh, Young is going to go for a move here. And yes, he does. He passes Wushai successfully on the faster set of tires. Rupsi Cola still behind Ben Arnold, not giving up that spot too early on. Oh, man, that was a little bit of a slippage there. Ben Arnold's insane right now, by the way. P20, by the way. He disqualified early on in their qualification race. He'll be pushing all the way down from P20 to P3. Almost a Max Verstappen level race right now. All it does is you got to keep it together. Also, it's only lap 13, obviously, so you can't be like giving him Max Verstappen comparison stats already, but pretty cool to get from where you're at. And all it's been is just be on the same strategy as the top three right now, who are also in the same set of tires. So it's not like he'll fall too far down. He'll fall at the same places that Killua and offline kids will fall if he boxes at the same time or around the same time as them. Even these 3 seconds off of offline kid, it's not too much of a difference. Obviously, Killua has a little bit more of a leeway because there's 8 seconds between him and offline kid, and then 3 seconds between offline kid and Ben Arnold, which gives him 10 seconds of advantage between them. So if you actually look at the leader right now, if Killua does box right now, Killua will be put into P6 directly behind the 2 Haas drivers, which isn't a bad thing to be at all. But these hearts can probably go the distance, maybe 15, maybe 16 laps, if you are able to keep them together. So as long as you keep these laps together and you keep it clean, don't do anything too crazy, and don't push too hard, especially when you have 7 seconds, you can make these tires last pretty far and pretty decently long. So as long as you're not feeling any pressure, any craziness, wait till Franco really gets kind of too close for comfort, and then you box. But I mean, in this sense, right now the window is good enough for you to box right now. I would recommend to box right now. But maybe there's a safety car that comes in out soon. If you can wait 4 laps, 2 laps, it's fine. Not a bad idea at all. I'm going to see Ben Arnold, the first box of the top 3. Finally, who's climbed so far up in P20, will finally box instead of falling down the grid, but slowly, because he's gotten really far up. I suspect he'll probably get to the the Alpine. Let's see. So the Alpine too far away, I think, to keep up with Ben Arnold right now. Ben Arnold is ready on the exit. Yeah, perfect. Also, Emilia, one of the faster exits on the pits, so should be pretty easy for Ben Arnold to get back up to the race speed as well. So Yep, sits in P7, which is ahead of the Alpine that I was referring to earlier. So, that's perfect. Now, go back to the leader thing. The window for Killua swag has now closed. That's a problem. So you're going to see how far Killua's going to extend these tires. And oh my lord, Rupsi-Cola loves going on that little like wheel spin moment. Isos on a push though as well. Isos did have that 10-second. Oh my god! Loquito almost puts it into Isos. And Isos has to use some invasive maneuvers to get away from Loquito. But oh my god. What an insane moment right there from Loquito. Almost put it into the right-hand side of Isos. Gory Frog, who I think qualified much better than where is it at? There you go. Who qualified much better than Isos is now further back than Isos on almost the same strategy change. So that's unfortunate. Where's my interval? There we go. Really, nobody gonna change too much right now on Rupsi-Cola collecting those penalties like they're Infinity Stones. He's got 6 seconds worth of penalties. Isos still got that 10-second. Didn't serve it in the pit lane. Unfortunate. So, right now, Isos, he's got a 10-second gap between him and Ben Arnold as well. Oh, Ben Arnold's going to be on the back of Young. Young, one of the better drivers as well. But he won't be on a better tire strategy. And Ben Arnold will put his nose in where should it be? And it gets put into the wall by Young. Oh, my God. Ben Arnold. Unfortunate scene happening on turn 6 and 5. Wow. I caught that on camera, too. That is so unfortunate. I will say, he put his nose where it shouldn't be, and then got smacked into the wall. The door was closed, but there really was no door. It was kind of usually foot all the way through, and then BAM! In his face. Unfortunate. Now we're seeing Franco finally catch up to the top 3 runners, and there goes Rupsi-Cola boxing early on. Franco, who's now, I think, between 10 seconds between, or 15 seconds between him and the killer right now. And also Ben Arnold also collects a penalty as well. Add insult to injury. Unfortunate. But right now, Killua, lap 16 is what I'm talking about. If you can extend it to a lap 16, you have much more of a possibility to even extend your mediums much better. And his tires don't look too bad. So I think it looks like he's doing really well for himself. So if he can push it like 2 more laps, wow, you are probably set to win this race in mediums. And right now, those mediums are going to activate much better. And I almost saw a safety car too come out very soon. So that could have definitely put everything wrong for Franco. So everybody kind of builds away from each other. And this is what we're talking about Emilia, where you can, I didn't actually talk about this, but I should probably talk about this now. So, Emilia is one of those races where if you don't see anybody for the next 10 seconds, it's not surprising, because how often you'll probably re-race next to somebody, and then from there, if you don't see anybody, after building like a 2-second gap, it's really hard to regain gaps unless it's from boxing. So, race pace is all that matters in this track normally. All right, it's a blue marker now. You have to get past this guy easily, and he will just go right through him. And Killua, no time wasted. Only one we're probably going to see is probably Ben Arnold maybe catch back up to Young, because those mediums are going to be out of the window very soon, and Ben Arnold's hards are going to be in a window very soon. So I will say Ben Arnold does go on the double hard strategy, which is very weird because you don't want to do that, because you can't. Then you have to box the second time. He's going to have to do a double stop, not just a one stop. So unfortunate. A 2-stop strategy for Ben Arnold. Very interesting on the cards. He's going to use these hards to probably go, 12 more laps, maybe 13 laps, right? From right now, these are 10 more laps from here. He's going to be lap 27. He has a box again for softs. That's not a good idea nor strategy here. Versus what we're seeing with Killer right now, who's going to extend these hards probably 1 more lap, because he has not used his battery at all. So we're going to see if he probably extends it 1 more lap. Will he stay out longer? Can he? Yes, he can. And we're going to see him probably extend it to lap 18th. So I'm not surprised if we see a safety car happen, because the Mercedes just spun out. And that leaves Ben Arnold gain a spot as well, and so does Young. But also Ben Arnold can gain some time as well onto Young. We're gonna see an overtaking movement very soon. Rupsi-Cola also falls, but even more and more and more. And then lets Isos climb up as well. I see yellow. Aw. I was hoping for a safety car to shake it up. But nope. Here comes Ben Arnold as well. Finally within range of DRS as well. You have to be scared if you're young. This guy attempted to make a move on me much early on. And I closed the door on him. I put him in a wall. How is he now directly behind me? Again. For the second time. Do I have to put him in a wall again? We're going to see. Since the first overtake didn't happen, that worked too well. We're going to see Rupsi Cola take a 10-second penalty. The top 5. Rupsi Cola retires off of that 10-second penalty. Unfortunate scenes. Rupsi Cola, who had such a good race early on, collects a 10-second penalty, and Rupsi goes, all right, I'm not doing this. I'm out. And there it goes. Unfortunate. Young also gonna have to deal with this guy who touches his rear end a little bit of bump drafting, a little bit of pushing, and there it goes. Both the Ferrari and the V car battling it out, and he gets passed right here on the chicane. Much cleaner, much easier. Now I have to deal with any bumping at all, besides that one little kiss from the behind, and oh my god, Offline Kids also retires. That is so unfortunate. I think he got a penalty. Is that why he retired? I think he might have got a penalty. I don't know. I wish he get a repull. My calves are cramping so bad. Unfortunate, Rupsi Cola. Unfortunate. But wow. Ben Arnold, who's climbed so far from P20, will now be set into P4. 16 places gained. He's now 18 seconds behind Leaky and Franco. But to be fair, he's set himself up for success. He is not, no matter what from here on. If anything goes remotely wrong, like a safety car, he isn't cocked immediately. He's in a place where he thought he would never be. He never think he would be in the points. Or maybe he did. Maybe he's like, I can pass enough people. We'll see though. Because Ben Arnold has definitely shown out what he can do on this track, Emilia Romagna. So, I'll see Gory Frog maybe. Also go for a box. I forgot about Gory Frog, who's also had such a bad race. He's already on his second stop, so he's gonna be in these hards and take him to the end. Who says he gets a 3-second time penalty? Unlucky. Now we have 4 retirements, and none of them were from crashes. Unfortunate. Now, Almost Killua is putting on a stellar performance. Just keeping away Franco and pushing these hards to the end. We are on now lap 20. I was telling you how easy it is to keep these tires in good condition, especially when you have a big gap between you. But I did not expect it to go 8 laps over majority of the hard drivers, probably. We'll see. Because we also see Pedro on 17-lap hards as well. But I will say Pedro's not in a position where if he boxes, he'll lose more than he gains. First, we see Killua, who loses more or loses less than because they'll just get placed, I think, behind Young, and he'll have an opportunity to catch up all of them. But the problem is that if there's a safety car that happens very soon, Killua's swag strategy. Oh my God, Killua pushes it all the way to lap 20, and that's what it is. It's done. He's now boxing now, and that'll let him probably put him right behind Leaky. Not behind Leaky. Behind. I don't know, not really behind Leaky. I guess maybe behind Leaky. I'll put him behind Leaky. We'll see. Let's see how far he'll go behind him, though. Not too close. Leaky, yeah, it's going to be like about 8 seconds between Leaky right now. Ben Arnold pushing right now, too. Trying to keep up with Killua, and Killua is going to be on softs. You have 11 laps left. Go mediums. I guess this guy thinks he can push these softs into the limit, into the end. I don't know. That should have been the last one. He has 16 seconds to reclimb, and he has to do it on softs instead of mediums. Franco and Leaky's tires are out of the window completely. Like they're no longer on the top speed. They're not on the freshest tire section either. So they're definitely out of window. They're not going to be pushing. Mediums would clear about 10 seconds of laps right now if you stayed on mediums. Going on softs is not the strategy I would have taken, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's going to be a safety car that happens where you can go on another pair of softs. I don't know. But that is such a bad idea right now, what I'm saying. Killua might have just chalked his own race because he didn't keep it simple. I don't know, though. Maybe I'm talking out of my rear end as well, my rear wing. But This is so frustrating to watch. Ben Arnold gets another penalty. Oh my God, let's look at the penalties. Wait, hold on, let's look at the penalties, guys. Before I even talk about how disappointing this is. Right now, Ben Arnold has 9 seconds. Isos has 10 seconds. Ben Arnold and Isos right now are within range of each other. That's very funny. Which is by just the most out of everybody except for Luquita, who's also has 9 seconds. But Leaky, known for penalties, has 93 seconds. Killua passes Franco because Franco has a early box. That's what I'm talking about. Why did you just stick to freaking mediums, bro? You had the opportunity to go to mediums. He'll catch up probably. Leaky's tires are going to go out of window. He's not going to have to push him 10 more laps to 22 laps. You should have went mediums. You had the opportunity, Killua, to get into this and stay into it. But Killua chooses not to. And Killua decides to go in softs. And we're going to see what happens now. Because now this is anybody's race. If Killua has a mistake, if Killua makes any wrong move on lap 5, lap 6 on these hards, on these softs, it's cooked. It's run. It's done. This race lead, he's not gaining enough time to justify softs as well. On the first 2 laps, he's only gained. I guess it's the second lap. His first 2 laps have only been 2 seconds off the previous time he was behind by. A second a lap. There's not enough laps for you to gain if you keep that pace up, which you cannot because you're on softs. So this is a very interesting strategy right now. I guess he's trying to take a gamble with a safety car, but no one's going to be in range of each other except for Wushaisti, who can set a safety car out. So, I mean, what a gamble. What a choice. I don't think this is a good idea, but if he can push these softs to 11 laps, genius. He is the greatest of all time. He is a genius. But I don't think this is the right idea. Isos boxes, and he's going to have to serve this 10-second penalty. How far will Isos fall? He was in P5 previously. He falls 1 position already right before he even gets out. Goes into his spots, and there it goes. 2 positions. 3 positions. 4 positions. Come on. 5 positions. 5 positions. Get a 5 position going. Let's go. 5 positions. It's going to be 5. It's going to be 5. 5 positions. Let's go. Isos in the exit. Comes out. A 5 position slower. Pedro smashes into the pit lane. Unfortunate as well. Isos. Killua gets a penalty. Killua. Oh my God. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm saying. I know what I'm thinking, dude. I know how to race a car, bro. And this isn't the strategy you should have done. I think he's feeling the mode on the softs, and that's the problem. Yeah, he has to box now. It's not worth to stick on these softs. You could have been on mediums this whole time and been fine. It's not a mandatory 2-stop. Was it mandatory 2-stop? Am I crazy? It should have just been a 1-stop. Killua retires. Killua gives up, and it's anybody's race. Killua had such a good opportunity. Now we're seeing Ben Arnold have an opportunity as well to set maybe a Max Verstappen level drive. Oh my God. Oh my God. The final 2 races and Killua leaves the game because I guess he realized, why did I go on softs, bro? Oh my God. That's so unlucky. That's so unlucky. I don't know. Did Iceman just quit? I don't know what happened to Iceman. But now look at this. Ben Arnold, who kept it simple, ran a 2-stop. A 2-stop strategy, I think. I'm pretty sure that's 2-stop. Let me double check that before I say that. There we go. Yeah, he ran a 2-stop strategy. And is now to... Oh my God, Leaky got a 10-second penalty. Oh my God, Leaky. Will Leaky be able to serve it? Leaky won't be able to serve it. It'll be at the end of the race. And he's boxing. Franco has given himself the race win by just not getting a penalty, dude. Oh my God. No mistakes done besides that one collision between him and Leaky. Leaky, a known fumbler because of penalties, has fumbled again because of a penalty. Now, Ben Arnold's 40 seconds behind him, to be fair. Alright, it's not. Oh, it's changing. It's changing. 20 seconds, 19 seconds, 17 seconds. Why is it so different? Why is this such a weird thing? Ben Arnold, if he pushes hard enough, has... Oh my God, Dr. B also got 10 seconds, bro. How are we getting 10-second penalties? Oh my god. So Ben Arnold, if he catches up 3 seconds, he'll be P2. Actually, I don't know, he can't because he has penalties, right? He's not taking for the penalty. He's gonna fall. We might see a young return to the podium because of penalties, guys. This is insane. So everybody's going to be in their final set of tires except for Helix, most likely. So P5 or P4 and below are on their final set. And wow, this really was anybody's race. Had Gory Frog kept it together, he could have won this race as well. So this is frustrating probably for everybody that isn't Franco. I mean, and Franco and Ben. Ben also one of the people who's like, oh man, if I didn't have these penalties, you know, oh man. But like, this is great. I mean, Franco, who had to deal with some frustrations because of Leaky's unsafe driving and Leaky's whatever going on with the penalties, has let Franco put himself on the P1 position of the podium. And that's what we're talking about, how Gory Frog's like style of driving was much better than everybody else's by classes. Because beforehand, he was one of the cleaner drivers, so he rarely got penalties. And he also had better strategies. He never kept it crazy. He never went anything insane. And if he did go into something insane, like go on hard early on, you could see it get justified later on. He took risks, but they're all calculated risks. Back then, at least. I don't know what's going on with him now. But we're seeing Killua, who had the same opportunity. He pulled an offline kid, a vintage offline kid moment. Where back in the day, offline kid would have a great going on for his first race. He qualified P1 and then take a terrible strategy. Like one time he got one on softs and bam, we see it go all fall apart. Like it is frustrating to watch this because I mean, like, man, guys, come on. why is it so hard to just do a normal strategy, guys? But I mean, it's fine. I mean, in this sense, it's okay because Ben Arnold has climbed all his way up on right now a podium, but it's gonna be taken away from him because Young could maybe catch up. All he's got to catch up is 5/10. That's it. And yellow flag is out. Oh, a Ferrari has fallen apart and is spun out again. Will there be retirement? Will he retire? No, he doesn't. He doesn't give up. He doesn't give up. He will not ruin or help. I guess if he retires here, he would have helped Young get a podium. Oh, but he does not. Had he retired right there? I was expecting retirement right there on the track. Yo, chill. Offline kid moment. Remember, guys, back in the day when Offline Kid didn't get all these races back to back to back, he had multiple mess ups on just strategy, on just dumb decisions. It's okay though, because now he's improved to now retire again at P17. Now, if Young keeps up any good pace right now, he can catch into the podium. But Ben Arnold right now on set for podium. 9 seconds, yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem like Young can keep up. Now, everybody's in the green. Franco is not technically changed. If you take away all the races, what's been happening, forget it all. And look at the top two positions. Wow, they stayed the same. Good job. But you don't realize how much pain it's been to get to these two positions. Franco fell. Franco fell because Leaky smashes into him on the side. And then Killua flies right through. And even before the offline kids was P3 at one moment, had to battle the Red Bull. And we see a retirement on the Ferrari in the pit lane though. So no yellow flag. The other Ferrari falls apart as well. And dang, we're seeing, oh my lord, it's been 5 retirements. Am I wrong? No, it's 6 retirements because it's not. It's a P15. Oh my lord, a 6th retirement. And Young not on par with Ben Arnold's pace right now. Ben Arnold has probably cemented himself as probably a record driver. I do not know if this is a record for them. I don't know. A P20 drive to a P3. Maybe Offline Kid is not something better than that. Maybe Offline Kid is maybe like P1 off of that. I don't know. But a Max Verstappen level recovery drive for Ben Arnold off of the disqualification. iSauce, one of my favorite in the pink V carb, had a 10-second penalty and recovered all the way back down to P6. And after only qualifying P10 as well. So, I mean, he did not let that happen to him. Not let any frustration happen. We're going to see some point scores happen. And we're going to see Wu Shiesty. Not one normally to be point scoring. And Helix. So, I've never seen point score ever. Or I actually don't remember him driving ever before. So, Great racing from everybody that has now retired. I mean, Benno's on the push too. He's using a lot of that battery. He's not really giving up on the pushing, but I mean, all he does is make sure that Young doesn't keep up anything faster than 9 seconds, and he has a podium. Gory Frog P5. Gory Frog also the penalty. 3 second. Not too bad though. And had Gory Frog, I'm gonna check this. I want to check the things, because had Gory Frog won 2 races in a row, because he had 2 opportunities to win races, and he got knocked out by, I think, Killua. Let's see. Yeah, so had Gory Frog won the 2 races that Offline Kid was not here for, he would have gained about 60 points each, 32 points. That would have put him within about 10 points between him and Offline Kid. Would have been a chance. It would have been an opportunity for Offline. Now, Leaky, also one of the people that's going to be here. He should send up ahead of Iceman, I believe. Should be enough points to push him ahead. Let's see what else is there. Oopsie Cola, reserve driver, gonna get not get anything at all because you're retired. Never mind. Dr. B might pass Asher here finally as well, so that's good. Let's see. Has Franco raced before? I don't see Franco anywhere here. Yeah, I'm not seeing Franco anywhere here. Helix has scored a point before, so Helix would be scoring more points again. Set him higher up. Now, no changes to any of the racing right now besides maybe Wushai right now, but nothing's going to change. I believe this is going to be our final. This is going to be everything right now, because this has been an absurd race. Everything's been changing way too much because of retirements that don't involve crashes at all. Oh my god! Gory! Keep it on track, please! But I mean, it's been mostly just retirements because of rage quits, probably because of the 10-second penalties, taking the bodies like that. But I mean, Isos, who got a 10-second penalty, pushed it back, and bam, crawled all the way back to P6. Reckon 1, 2, 3 of the top 5 people retired. So if you add this back, he'd be P9. But wow, it didn't matter because the top 3 retired allows him to get P6. Now, he won't be able to catch up the Gory Frog at all or anything else like that, but he will be in range of good points, a good amount of points as well. Gory Frog, he's been trying to keep the car stable. Loquito adds another time penalty as well to himself. Let's see, that should be the highest amount, right? That's 12. Yep, no, Dr. B has 13. Leaky has 13 as well. Wait. Leaky has 13? When did Leaky get 13? Oh my god. Oh my god, Leaky. So Dr. B also has 13, so Dr. B's going to sit flying down, which should probably put Pedro on point scoring, I think, actually. That might put, oh my god, 16 seconds. Wait! Ben Arnold push! Ben Arnold push! P2 on the carts for Ben Arnold! Push, Ben Arnold! Push as hard as you can! You gotta push! You have 1 lap after this to push as hard as you can. We are now starting lap 32. Ben Arnold has 2 seconds to gain to maybe possibly get a P2 finish. But he's going to, but I mean, Leaky's pushing now. Leaky's like, no. JC retires. Wait, is that a safety car? Imagine there's a safety car right now. Everybody has to go together, and then all the penalties kill everything, dude. Oh my god, JC retires. He could not finish 1 more lap? Like, come on, guys. It's 1 lap. Wow. Unfortunate. But we're going to see Franco coming around to finish out his winning lap. Because Franco, who's kept it clean through all the battling, out of all the situations that he's been put into, has done everything he can to keep it well, to keep it clean. Franco, who's not had an issue besides his own teammate going into his own side pod. Franco has dealt with it all. Teammate battling. No safety car, though, actually. He did not develop it all yet. But a leader who's chalked his own strategy up. And then the leader who was his teammate also chop it up. But here he comes. Across the finish line. Franco wins your Italian Grand Prix. We also have Leaky come out to set a P2. We're going to see how far he falls. I don't think he'll fall out, actually, at all. Ben Arnold, who Young did not get to push hard enough. And we're seeing it all finish out. So if Young maybe pushes about 5 more tenths right now, he'll get an opportunity to get a podium off of this. And let's see. He's pushing at the maximum. There's a chance. 8 seconds. Ben Arnold not using enough battery either. And bam. Young has maybe secured himself a P3, a podium finish. Has Young done it? Young does! Young has set himself back on that podium finish. Ben Arnold, who could not keep it clean throughout the race, even though he started P20, has given himself 9 seconds of penalties to put him in P4. Unfortunate, but still good. I mean, unfortunate scenes. But Young returned back to the podium again. Welcome back. Ran out of fuel for the whole lap? Oh, no. 17 of no safety cars. Yep. That's what we were talking about that. Dr. B gets a 10-second penalty again because he doesn't serve a penalty. Oh, my God. Young with a P3 finish. Unfortunate for Ben Arnold, though. Good job. Good drive, though. I mean, regardless, you started P20. It doesn't matter, right? Almost a Max Verstappen level drive. Now, Franco, who wins it all. Next to Leaky, who chopped it up it all. And then we also have Young to return back. One of my favorite drivers, one of the cleaner drivers. Also, be insanely talented. What unfortunate scenes. Wow. Driver of the day, Ben Arnold, obviously. Race winner, Leaky. And we're going to see our top 10 scores today. Franco, Leaky, Young, Ben Arnold, Gory Frog, Ice Sauce, Iceman, Helix. I'm Dr. B, and Wu Shiesty to round out your point scores for today. Unfortunate for everybody that did have to retire. But wow, what a race and what a way to start off our final end of our rounds, I guess. To the next round that it goes, and our final week is next week in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. Unfortunate. Finally points. Let's go. GG's. I know, Pedro, you had such a good opportunity to do it all, but wow. Well, I mean, actually, Pedro, you would have been actually in position to maybe get a P3 finish had you kept it clean. All right, guys. Now that we'll round out our calendar for today. I'll round out our race for today, which is going to put Italy down for the count. And we're going to be on Saudi Arabia next week. Now, I will say, tomorrow, I'm going to be fully tired after this. But I'm so glad I got to watch this all. I'm so glad to be with you guys and spend my time with you. Unfortunate for all the drivers that did, quit. I had nothing else to say but said quit. But unfortunate, guys. Unfortunate. GG's. At least you got points. Yep, Dr. B. That was fun. You got 13 seconds, I think, 13, 16 seconds worth of penalties. Unfortunate. But wow. Good job, guys. Thank you guys for being here and watching today's race. And I hope you guys have a good night. Bye. Or a good night, good morning, and a good day. Bye.